96.7 KCAL rocks. It is Thursday, which means, of course, we got to get all caught up on the sports world with our guy, Pep. What's going on, Pep?
40, my man. Listen, we're going to get in some good baseball news if you're a Dodgers or Angels fan on this Thursday morning. But first, a bizarre incident in the nation's capital last night. I don't know if you heard about this or some of the KCAL rockers out there heard about this, but the U.S., the Capitol building had to be evacuated because I guess there were some parachuters doing a demonstration at the Washington Nationals baseball game. So the U.S. Capitol, they actually evacuated the building because apparently the parachuters or the plane, somebody didn't have clearance, and they were like, what is going on? Why is this plane flying over the Capitol? Why is it so close to us? And it was a bizarre incident before the Nationals Arizona Diamondbacks game with people kind of freaked out.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it is kind of good news that maybe they upped the security at the U.S. Capitol since some things went down there a while back. But kind of funny that, just a sports flyover, or in this case, some parachuters going down into a sporting event, actually shut down the U.S. government a bit.
Yes. And you know what? It was actually the Army Golden Knights. They were the ones parachuting out of the plane into Nationals Park, which I've never been to Nationals Park, but apparently it's only like a mile away from the Capitol building. So that's why they were so concerned. Like, wait, why is there a plane circling near the Capitol, and why are there guys jumping out of it? But it was all for the baseball game, the Diamondbacks and the Nationals, and it was A-okay. Everything was fine.
I think a lot of the higher brass was very upset with the lack of communication.
Yes, you're exactly right. Yeah, heads will be rolling today. Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
But let's get to the Dodgers and Angels. 40. Listen, man, as we wake up on this Thursday morning, the Dodgers have the best record in the National League. The Angels have the most wins and the best record in the American League.
Whoa.
And coming off yesterday, Shohei Ohtani was absolutely fantastic against the Houston Astros. They won 6-0. Ohtani had 12 strikeouts. He took a perfect game into the sixth inning. And what's crazy about this, Ohtani made more history because, he is a pitcher, but he's also the leadoff hitter for the Angels. And the Angels had 6 runs in the first inning against Houston. So he actually came up to the plate twice before he even threw a first pitch. That has never happened in baseball history.
He's almost fatigued by the time he throws out his first pitch. He's that good. And then you had said he carried a perfect game into the sixth. The one highlight I did see was a Astros player trying to break up the perfect game and bunt the ball, and his own crowd booed the hell out of him for it.
Yeah, you know what? We talk about baseball and these unwritten rules a lot, like they're not rules, but like if you're a baseball purist, there's some things you just don't do. And people are like, come on, dude, you're going to try to lay down a bunt to break up a perfect game. Like, come on, that's an unwritten rule. Don't do it.
The reaction, I thought it was here in Anaheim at first. Then no, this is Houston. They're doing this to their own guy. Like, that is how much they don't like him trying to break up a perfect game.
I know. Well, actually, it turned out to be a one-hitter. So Ohtani and the bullpen for the Angels turned in a one-hitter against Houston. So that was a big win for the Angels, trying to get past Houston in their own division. So that was a nice win for them. And it looks like Mike Trout will probably come back on Friday when the Angels play the Orioles. And for the Dodgers, they took 2 of 3 against the defending World Series champions, the Braves, and Freddie Freeman going deep yesterday with a home run against his former team. So again, going back to the Dodgers and Angels as we wake up on this Thursday morning, probably the 2 best teams or 2 of the best teams in baseball right now.
I love it. The epicenter of baseball right now, Southern California.
It is, and we had, such a great run with the Rams, obviously, and, the Dodgers have done their thing recently. We'll talk about the Lakers or the Clippers right now, but it's a good time. It's a good time in LA right now.
We can leave out for now. For once, I'm actually saying let's not focus on basketball. Let's focus on baseball, which is odd for me to say.
Let's not. Especially if you're a Laker fan, let's not. 40, a week from today, the NFL draft will start. And, I know there's not a lot of, let's say, big names. Usually there's like a big, quarterback crop or some big names out there. This is kind of like a diet version of the NFL draft. Not a lot of huge names that are going to make an immediate impact for these NFL teams. But as we lead into the draft, there are some guys currently in the NFL that might be switching teams that could have an effect on the draft if teams are trying to unload some draft picks and pick up, like, for example, Deebo Samuel of my 49ers. He wants to be traded, 40.
He has now come out saying that, he doesn't like the way the 49ers used him. It's not really about money necessarily, and 49ers are a good team. So it's not that he's on a bad team. So it's like he doesn't like being the running back and not getting any extra money for that. The weird thing right now is like we're coming into a time period in the NFL where wide receivers can almost have an immediate impact on the game as a rookie, like running backs used to be able to. But now wide receivers are also just this past offseason starting to get paid really big contracts. So teams have to decide, do you want to get an established guy and have to pay him $20 million? Or do you take a shot on one of these young rookies? And it does look like there are a lot of young wide receivers in this draft.
Yeah, you know what? You bring up a great point. Running backs don't have a long shelf life, right? Running backs, they have a small window where they're really productive. And Deebo Samuel has emerged as kind of like Christian McCaffrey, I guess, kind of like a Swiss Army knife. Yep. He can run the football as a running back. He's probably listed as a receiver, but he does a lot of different things for the 49ers, and he wants to get paid. He's an all-pro. I mean, he was, besides George Kittle, he was like the 49ers offense. Like, he was the guy. And now he's demanding a trade to get out because he wants to be paid like the guy. And it looks like the 49ers, if they don't do it, they might make a move maybe before the NFL draft. Who knows? Maybe during the NFL draft to maybe stockpile some draft picks for Deebo Samuel.
This could be a very exciting NFL draft. Maybe lots of moves. They're teasing it, so hopefully we get something going on.
Hey, that's what makes it juicy, right? During the NFL draft, when you're like, oh, I didn't see that coming, when stuff goes down like that. And I will put this out there. So if you're a Rams fan, you're not going to be sad to see Deebo Samuel leave the 49ers and leave the division. But,
right.
But 40, listen, I was reading up, where's the most likely destination for Deebo Samuel if somebody made a move, who has a lot of draft picks, who needs a receiver? The Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs could use another receiver.
Hill. Right, so they could just plug him right in there instead of Tyreek. I guess that would make sense.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, basically, as long as he doesn't go to the Chiefs, the Bucks, or like the Patriots at this point, right? We don't want to see those teams get any more.
Right? Yeah, another place might be, I don't know, the Green Bay Packers. They could use like another big receiver, but the 49ers might be hesitant only because the Packers are also in the NFC. So that road to the Super Bowl would have to go through Deebo and Green Bay if that happened. But if you're a Chargers fan, you're like thinking, no, Deebo Samuel, do not go to the Kansas City Chiefs. That's the last thing we need, or the Raiders, or the Broncos, because the Chiefs already, great team. They already got I know they're going to miss Tyreek Hill, but if you add another top level receiver, they're only the Chiefs are still going to be that good.
Yeah, on top of all those other teams, just stay out of that whole AFC West as well. Don't go there. There's enough talent there already. We need to spread it out.
It's already going to be brutal. I can't wait. It's going to be awful and messy. I can't wait.
I love it.
Hey, 40, a quick plug right now. Kylie Fitz, a former Redlands East Valley guy. He was in the NFL, drafted by the Chicago Bears, then played a couple seasons with the Arizona Cardinals, making headlines because he just retired from the NFL. He's 27 years old, but he had several concussions. He decided to step away from the game. And we got an interview with him on Inland Sports. You guys can check it out. But Kylie Fitz, again, retiring from the Arizona Cardinals. And he's been on Good Morning America. They were talking about it on the Today Show. He's been in a lot of different places. So we got an exclusive if you want to check it out with Kylie Fitz, local guy who made it to the NFL.
Hey, Kylie Fitz, congrats on a great NFL career. You got out. Yeah, you still got your brain. Smart move on you to call it when you did, man. Good job on you.
Yeah, married. He's got twins, so he's got a lot to look forward to still. And 40, real quick before we get out of here, NBA playoffs. The big play last night was Joel Embiid hitting a game-winning three-pointer for the Philadelphia 76ers, who are coached by, don't forget, Doc Rivers, former Clippers head coach. And Joel Embiid living up to that MVP kind of hype, right? Joel Embiid, one of the top players in the game right now, and hitting a game-winning shot in the playoffs. That's how you kind of make your mark as a signature star player.
Philly has been fun to watch. They're bringing back big man basketball. But, yeah, the big man hit the big three-point shot. It was awesome to see.
Hey, this is the weird world we're living in right now where you got Jokic and Embiid and, of course, guys like Porzingis, like these 7-footers, even Kevin Durant, Giannis Antetokounmpo, like these big guys who can shoot the basketball. So you look at Embiid, you're like, oh, he's definitely a post player. And he is, but he can shoot the three as well, and he proved it last night with that game-winning shot for the Sixers. Unbelievable.
Awesome. I love it, man. Thank you, Pep. Tell them how to get your stuff, brother.
Hey, it's Inland Sports. We got Kylie Fitz and a lot more on Inland Sports, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and the Inland Sports YouTube channel.
Go check them out.